The greatest tragedy in your life won't be failure. It won't be rejection. It won't even be the mistakes you make. The greatest tragedy is becoming less than the man you know you're capable of being. Because if you're watching this, there's a good chance you felt it. That quiet feeling. That uncomfortable feeling. The feeling that you're meant for more than the life you're currently living. Not because you're special, and it's not because you're entitled, but because deep down, you know there's another version of you. A stronger version, a disciplined version, a courageous version. Every day you don't become him, you feel it. Maybe not consciously, you feel it. And that's why most men never reach their potential. Not because they can't. Because they never become the man they were capable of becoming. You didn't plan to waste your potential. Nobody does. You didn't wake up one day and decide, I want to become average. It happens slowly. One distraction, one excuse, one promise to yourself that you never kept. And then it's another, and another. And suddenly, those months now become years. The dangerous thing about comfort is that it never feels dangerous. Comfort feels safe. And comfort feels earned. Comfort will tell you you've had a hard day. You can start tomorrow. Oh, one more time won't hurt. And before you realize it, you've traded years of your life for temporary comfort. But comfort isn't actually the reason. Fear is. And if you're honest, you already know that. You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of trying your hardest and still falling short. You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of looking foolish. You're afraid of discovering how much sacrifice success might actually require. Because once you truly commit, there are no more excuses. No more blaming your circumstances. No more blaming bad luck. No more blaming other people. Now, it's all on you. And for many men, that's absolutely terrifying. So they stay where it's familiar, even when familiar is making them miserable. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that comfort never actually satisfies you? The scrolling doesn't. The entertainment doesn't. The distractions don't. No matter how much of it you consume, it never feels like enough. Why is that? Because deep down, you know you weren't made for this. You weren't made to spend your life distracted. You weren't made to simply consume existence. You were made to build, to create, to serve, to lead, to become. And whether you call that purpose, calling, or something else entirely, most men can feel it. That restless feeling. That voice that whispers, there has to be more than this. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes. Here's the truth. The men who reach their potential aren't usually the smartest. They're not always the most talented either. And they rarely feel motivated every day. What separates them is that they act anyway. They wake up and do the work. They keep promises to themselves. They take the next step, even when they don't feel ready. Potential isn't unlocked in one grand moment. It's built. One decision at a time, one workout, one book, one difficult conversation, one uncomfortable choice. Day after day, month after month, year after year. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear this. The problem is not that you're not capable. The problem isn't that you're broken. And the problem isn't that you lack potential. You already have potential. That's why this hurts. That's why you feel restless. And that's why you feel frustrated. Because part of you already knows who you could become. 10 years from now, the version of you that reached his potential and the version of you that didn't will be separated by thousands of small decisions. It's not going to be talent. It's not going to be luck. Not genetics. Decisions. The question isn't whether you're capable. The question is whether you'll finally act on what you already know. Because one day, you'll either be grateful for the choices you made or haunted by the ones you avoided. The decision starts today. Not next week, not next month. It starts today.